Good day all, welcome back. Two more questions being asked. One is related to the chain rule, the other one is on limits. Let's have a look at the first one. Let me take this as y. Well, as we know with the chain rule, we are going to replace the inner function with u. So let's say let u to be 1 plus x squared. It doesn't harm for you to write down x squared plus 1. It's exactly the same, but I would stick into the exactly the way that is being written in the question. If I did this, I will write y in terms of u now, because 1 plus x squared has been replaced with u, which is now twice the u to the power 5. Well, there are two things that we can do here. Using u equals 1 plus x squared, the derivative of u with respect to x is 2x. You only differentiating x squared. The 1 doesn't give you anything apart from 0. Now you can differentiate y with respect to u. Well, I got 2 times u to the power 5. When I differentiate, I apply exactly the same rule I learned before. 5u to the 4. That will leave 10u to the 4. Mind you, this u is in fact 1 plus x squared. I'm going to apply the chain rule, which is dy by dx is equal to dy by du times du by dx. Well, I have these quantities. Dy by du is 10u to the 4. I would rather replace that with x's because the solution has to be in terms of x. Hence, I would write 1 plus x squared instead of u. And then, of course, I would have du by dx, which is 2 times x. Now, final step is for me to simplify this. Well, if you look at 10 times 2, that gives you 20, and x, then I would have the bracket 1 plus x squared to the power 4. Please be mindful, be careful when you do this simplification. Do not try to times this 10 into the bracket. There is a power 4 here, so you got to be very careful. You only do the ones that you can simplify straight away, which is in this case 10 and 2x. Right, we got the solution to dy by dx, or the first derivative of the function presented above. That's the answer. Well, of course, you can go in one run. I would rather do that in the head. I treat this as a big X. Well, 2 times when you differentiate x to the power 5 differentiated give you that. Well, if you did that way, and of course the inside come outside, that is the derivative of capital X or uppercase X, in this case 2x, that will go with 2 times 5 times 2, that will deliver the value I need, which is in fact 20, what I had before, and my big X is 1 plus x squared to the power 4, and of course I left with an x at the end, which is exactly the same solution I got. I hope you got this. Let's have a look at the limit question. Let's move down here. Obviously, let's try just subbing x equals 3 here. My x is reaching value 3. The limit of x is 3. Once I plug that value in, once I substitute 3 instead of x, would that harm us? Would that give me some undefined solution? In this case, 3 squared plus 8x plus 15, of course, x is 3 now, plus 15 on 3 plus 3. Well, they're all positive figures, and I don't find anything like 0 on 0 or any number on 0. Therefore, I don't have a problem here. I don't have a problem, which means I can simply find the answer. So it's 9 plus 24 plus 15 on 6. So you can do the calculations. In this case, you have 9 plus 15. Yes, 24, 24, 48 on 6 is 8. The answer is 8. Well, the problem occurs, you've been presented the question like this. I'm going to tweak this question. Limit when x goes to 3. I can say x minus 3 as the denominator, and numerator, let me do this. Would this work, you think? Let's have a look. 15. Well, if you sub the 3 instead of x now, what would you get on the top? Yeah, well, I get 3 squared minus 8 times 3 plus 15 on 3 minus 3. The numerator, of course, 9 plus 15, 24. Take 24 is a 0, and denominator is a 0. Therefore, we can't proceed. Just substitution doesn't work. Therefore, I have to do something else. In this case, we call factorizing and simplifying. You got to get that done first. Limit x goes to 3. I'm going to factorize the numerator. Well, two numbers multiplied to 15 and split from -8 are -5 and -3. I'll tell you, ladies and gents, if you cannot do this, if you can't simplify with the denominator, we can't proceed. If you get a question that is presented so that you can actually factorize and simplify these quantities so that you don't run into a problem like we had before, 0 on 0 or something on 0. You won't get that. Therefore, you need to simplify first. In this case, we have done that. Let's get the next step. Limit x goes to 3, not 0. X minus 5 is left with us. Now we can peacefully sub 3 instead of x. 3 minus 5 is -2. So we got that through. Okay, so I think we in fact extended the question being presented so that we do the simplification before you sub in. The very first one, straight in. You can sub in. There is no problem. Alrighty, ladies and gents, I hope you got these through. If you got more questions and need further support, please get back to me. Happy to do a screencast and get back to you. Until I find you in the next video lesson, bye for now. Cheers.